Hello and welcome to a new video and ship tour, and today we're taking a look at the Gentleman, a river cruise ship of Loon Cruises. And this video has been done in cooperation with ReiseJung, because ReiseJung is offering a river cruise on the Gentleman on the Main-Danube Canal in autumn 2026. And now we can take a look at this 135 meter long and 11.45 meter wide ship, which has a capacity of 176 guests and was built in 2024. We're starting our ship tour on the Ariane deck, the main deck, with 18 cabins with a size of 13.5 square meters, and we can also take a look at the cabins in this ship tour. Here we can see the cheapest cabin category on board with fixed windows, but also a very nice cabin with very nice features, very luxurious cabin already here on the lowest deck. Front of the Ariane deck we have a fitness area, a gym, which is pretty spacious for a river cruise ship. As you can see, we have different sports equipment and weights, so you can do a lot of things here. Also yoga mats are available, and here we can see the gym on the pictures. On the other side we have a massage room, also very nice to have that on a river cruise ship. Not very common here on the Gentleman, as it is a very luxurious ship. We also have a massage room. Now we've seen all public areas on the lowest deck, and that means that we can now head up to the Alexia deck, the middle deck. We are now getting into the lobby, the atrium of the Gentleman. We'll take a closer look at it later on. Now it's time to head into the Baroness restaurant. And right in front of the entrance of the restaurant we also have the desk of the cruise manager. So this is the place where you'll find your ReiseJung cruise managers. And already here you can see the very luxurious and nice design of the Gentleman, a ship that looks very different to other German river cruise ships. It's much more luxurious. The restaurant is also very nice, a lot of space between the tables, a lot of privacy. We also have room dividers to make sure that even though it is a quite big restaurant, it doesn't feel like a canteen, and the noise level is not too high. And also, as you can see, there are pretty big windows. They are bigger than on other river cruise ships. Loon needed a special permit to have this big windows here on the middle deck, that close to the waterline. So they are special windows. That means that you have a much better view than on other river cruise ships, even though the layout of the ship is pretty similar to other river cruise ships, but the interior, as you can see, is much more luxurious. Other than the cruise manager's desk, here we also have a small onboard shop that is managed by the reception and the public toilets. Heading to the rear part of the ship, and here on the Alexia deck we have of course also some cabins. In the front we have 4 suites with a size of 21 square meters. As you can see, they come additionally with a nice seating area, and also the bathroom is much bigger, a bit more luxurious. And as you can see, there's no toilet because the toilet is on the other side in a separate room, as you can see here. So also a very nice layout. Here we can see the pictures, and what's quite unique about the Gentleman is that Gentleman doesn't come with French balconies anymore. It has Juliet balconies. That means that the window can be lowered electrically, and the window itself becomes the railing. A very nice concept and a big upgrade to the French balconies. Here you can see it also in the picture. On the left side you can see the open Juliet balcony. We're now back in the atrium area. We're heading up to the upper deck, the Amalia deck, and here we can see the very beautiful reception area. As you can see, it looks extremely modern and luxurious. In general, the ship is much more luxurious than the average German river cruise ship. It's comparable to American luxurious ships, so a very, very beautiful river cruise ship. In the end of this year there will also be a sister ship, the Nobleman, that will also be chartered by ReiseJung for some cruises in 2026. Here on the Amalia deck we have 2 seating areas, the ideal meeting point before heading ashore, for example, also with big panoramic windows. And behind that we have some more cabins. Of course, we have again 4 suites. Then we have deluxe cabins with a size of 16 square meters. Of course, also all coming with Juliet balconies. They are the same like on the Alexia deck. And in the rear part of the ship we have 11 standard staterooms with a size of 14 square meters, so slightly smaller, closer to the engine. So here you will hear a bit more of the engines of the ship. Therefore those cabins are also a little bit cheaper. There are 11 cabins of this type on the Amalia deck and 10 on the Alexia deck. And right at the rear part of the ship we have the second restaurant, the Grandeur Bistro. Also a small but very beautiful and nice restaurant, as you can see here. With just a handful of tables, it's offering quite personal individual dinner service. Also in a very nice atmosphere with a very unique and beautiful design. Here we can see it on the pictures. There is also an outdoor terrace, which is quite useful if the ship, for example, is sailing on the Main-Danube Canal, where the Sundeck, the rear part of the Sundeck, will remain closed whilst the ship is sailing. You can also go here to get some fresh air, to take some pictures. Just a small outdoor area behind the Grandeur Bistro, which we can see here again. And you might know that usually on ships like this you will find here some stairs up to the Sundeck, but that's different on the Gentleman, because here the stairs are in front of the restaurant, and that means that passengers that want to go to the Sundeck, or also crew members, don't have to go through the restaurant to reach the Sundeck. And that's always a problem on other ships, because if somebody's going through the restaurant to go up to the Sundeck, it always gets cold and windy in the restaurant. But on the Gentleman there was a smarter solution for this. Here we are on the Sundeck. It comes with a putting green, chairs, tables and sun lounges, and of course also shadow is available. There is no pool on the Gentleman. As you know, other river cruise ships have a small, very small pool, usually at the rear part of the ship, but there's no pool on the Gentleman. But otherwise it has the same features like most other river cruise ships on the Sundeck, but the furniture looks and feels a bit more luxurious than on other river cruise ships. My personal highlight here on the Sundeck is this area with the sun lounges around the glass roof of the atrium. This part here has to be closed on the Main-Danube Canal due to the low bridges, but here the front part is half a deck lower, so it can remain open most of the time. And here we have some additional seating. We have the big glass roof of the Panoramic Lounge with high chairs around it and some more seating in the front. Also a separate bar is available here at the front. And again, very nice and comfortable furniture. And if the bridges are not too low, there are also some umbrellas for some extra shadow. Now we've also seen the very beautiful Sundeck of the Gentleman. Now we are heading back down to go into the heart of the ship, which of course is the lounge, the Majesty Lounge. Here in the front we also have a chairlift, and there's an elevator available from the Alexia deck, the middle deck, to the Amalia deck, the upper deck, but there's no elevator down to the main deck, the Ariane deck. Here in the front we have another outdoor terrace that can remain open all the time with some benches to get some fresh air. And now we're heading inside into the Panoramic Lounge, and as you can see, also the Panoramic Lounge looks very beautiful, very nice design. In the front we have higher tables, ideal for playing cards, for example, and then we have the typical cocktail tables and very comfortable furniture in the rear part of the lounge. Of course we have a big dance floor, we have this skylight, the glass roof, which I really like because it gives a bit more of natural light. And we also have the bar here, of course. I personally love the design of the Gentleman, it's exactly my taste, and I think it's one of the most beautiful river cruise ships around. Certainly one of the most luxurious ships on the German market. If you like this ship and you want to travel on it, you can do that with ReiseJung. We are chartering this ship in autumn 2026 for a cruise on the Main-Danube Canal starting in Passau, and we will also charter her new sister, the Nobleman, also in 2026. When you leave the lounge here on this side, you will also find a coffee station where you can get coffee and tea 24/7. And now we are back in the atrium, and that means that we have now seen all public areas and cabins of the Gentleman. I hope you enjoyed this ship tour. More information about the ship can be found on the ReiseJung website, and in the next video I will show you a bit more about the food and the life on board. Here you can see when this video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.